All right, guys, we are live. It's Mad Mike, the ghost hunter, but now Bigfoot hunter.
Bigfoot hunter.
And I'm here with my buddy Derek, and we're going to talk about Bigfoot, Sasquatches. And we decided we're going to start right here with this new snake, the Bigfoot hunter.
Yeah, he's the one making the headway now.
He's seems to be the most legit at the moment, so that's where we wanted to start, guys. If you don't know who Snake is, Snake, the Bigfoot hunter, as you can see here, he has the Bigfoot Bible. He seems to be the leader in this right now. So, and the biggest discovery is he has found a Bigfoot.
And
Uh,
apparently has DNA for it as well, right?
so supposedly this guy was out hunting for Bigfoot somewhere in the woods of New York, smelled a really bad smell, followed his nose, found this Bigfoot specimen you see here on the screen, and pretty much took it, had DNA testing. I believe Cornell University did the testing. They also had like 6 tribes from New York, native tribes, come and verify
Verify it.
this. So far, this seems to be legit. He says he did have this thing taxidermied, and that's what it is in this one right here. And he has it on display at the fair right now. So hundreds of thousands of people have seen it.
Yeah, is it a sideshow thing though, too, or I mean, with the background that he's got on it,
I
it very well
mean,
could be legit. And I
we're
guess with
gonna
the taxidermy
we're
stuff.
gonna we're gonna take a look. Speaking of taxidermy stuff, we're gonna take a look at some stuff that I real skeptic on here next. But yeah, Cornell, from what I was looking up, is they say it is 58% Neanderthal, 42% human. The missing link.
The missing link. Yeah.
So interesting enough that it's got enough verification, and the only DNA testing that I know of from a Bigfoot that's actually out there that, they're throwing Cornell under the bus. Otherwise, you think Cornell's gonna want to hurt their reputation on some crazy Bigfoot stuff if they didn't do the testing?
Yeah.
So uh, that's what I like about it. It's interesting. If you believe or not, either or, it is interesting. Let's see if we can look at some of the other pictures and stuff that he has, because there are close-ups of the face.
Yeah. And then Josh Gates from Expedition Unknown traveled to Nepal or Tibet or one of those and went to the high elevation temples that they have, and they apparently have a cap of the Yeti is what it is over there. But they were able to test some hair
DNA on that.
strands and stuff like that too. But I think they determined that it was one of the local monkeys from lower
Hmm.
down in the elevation.
So that one seemed to be primate. And
Yeah.
as you can see in the comments, fake, fake, fake. However, he does claim to have all the DNA testing. I'd like to see more on this and see how it unfolds. He is making the rounds, as you see. He's on ABC, Fox, NBC. So he is making the rounds. Like I said, he is throwing Cornell under the bus big time.
Yeah. But I mean, he had to have some sort of permission, right, from Cornell to be like, "Hey, you can post this. We'll back that."
You would assume. Now, guys, if you're interested, he does have a book, the Bigfoot Bible. Um, we're going to go squatching. We're going to get here in a minute about a Colorado sighting, and we want to go take a look at those woods. Maybe go tromp around for a weekend and see if we see or hear anything. But as Snake shows here, he says Bigfoot, since Bigfoot is 7 to 9 feet tall, climb the trees, look for broken branches up high, eye level for a Bigfoot.
I get it makes sense, dude.
You
For
know,
sure.
I'm a smaller human, so I would definitely wouldn't be looking up as much as I probably should.
Well, no, and they always talk about breaking branches or Les Stroud, right? He always makes mentions of these branches are only broke at these heights, the 7 to 9 foot, maybe 10 foot, depending on if they reach up higher. Or
Now this guy looks like a straight version of the Tiger King to me, so it's hard to take him serious too, a little bit. So sorry, Snake, if you come across this nobody watched podcast and I said you look like the Tiger King. My bad, but this is the vibes I get. Because of the look, it's hard to take it serious. But hey, I want to believe with you, and we're gonna go squatching, and we're gonna take your tips. Maybe I'll even buy your book, bro, and that way I've got some research. But that being said, I do want to move on to the next guy. This one, he's got specimens that he's got dried out. He's got body parts, supposedly body parts, laying around from Bigfoot.
this one I'm
And this is
super skeptical
this is
about.
Peter canine dog training. And here's what he's got. He's got, I don't know if you guys can hear, but let's take a look.
Ridiculous.
It is a little
It's
ridiculous, right?
ridiculous.
Look at all his other decorations where it looks like he's doing taxidermy,
Yeah,
like this is a head, guys. If you don't see it in the bottom
right.
right of the picture, he split a head in half, and we're gonna go take a look at that. Take a look at some of the more of his specimens because they are a little bit outlandish. This guy I can't take serious. I can't take this guy serious.
Fully on board with that one, especially like dog training, right?
Look,
As
he's
long
got
as
an alien, guys. He claims this thing's real. We'll get to that in a second, but so here's the head that he cut in half. Now I've been in this guy's comments and asked him questions. Derek brought up a good point when we were looking at this. Look at the skull, guys, how it goes all the way, but nothing connects.
nothing
It
connects.
just
There's like a
stops under the
hard,
jaw. He says
yeah,
the jaw is broken, but still, there's no bonal structure going down through the jaws right here. The skull doesn't connect. On every other skull that I've seen's been connected
yeah.
of some
So
sort.
you can actually see
Maybe
like a
just where the
jawbone
brain stem, but that's a huge section just to not have anything. You think
anything.
it just stops like a skull mullet, like
To skull it,
yeah, the skullet. I
but
mean, it does look cool inside when he cut it in half. Derek says this is all like lamb's intestines. He's
it's like
taxidermied
it
together.
because I mean, to me, if you were to cut a brain in half like that, like you're not gonna have full complete tubes, right? You would actually see the cross sections of that dissection for sure.
But that's not it. And look, here's the frontal view before he cuts it in half of this thing. This thing looks weird. Doesn't look anything like the Dak specimen. The Dak specimen, it's got the hairless face on it, kind of more human Neanderthal look to it, like the he claims the
This
testing
one
does.
almost looks like it could be like a clay animation character or something like that, right? Like
Right
that
with the
is
big clay
the big
lips.
clay lips and the big balloon nose.
And let's see, does he have a video of him cutting it? But look, here's one of his other specimen people. This is he claims to be a door. This one, hey, we got teeth on it. It's got a big nose, like it doesn't look anything like the previous specimen. So he's got several specimens. They all look different, but except almost all the fur looks the same.
Yeah.
Like he skinned a buffalo and he's like, hey, I've got all of this taxidermy buffalo. Let's make all these
We can
crazy.
make all the furniture out of it or whatever it's gonna be.
And that's not even the most outlandish that he's got. Wait until we scroll down. Like this is a foot that he's got. Claims this thing is 20
25,
feet, 25 feet
25 foot.
tall.
Yeah.
And he says some of them have double rows of teeth like they claim
That foot
giants
that
have.
he's got
But look at
there.
this foot right here. Like the more I watch this guy's stuff, the more I'm like, this is taxidermy. Like this guy's good. He's good at it.
He's an artist,
Like
right?
yeah, he's an
Yeah.
artist, but you know,
There's
yeah.
still a level of
Now he doesn't allow third parties to come and look at his stuff. He doesn't allow any. He hasn't shown any DNA testing. He hasn't had any verification. It's just this guy on the internet, and that's really what makes it hard.
yeah, it's his word versus the internet, which
Which he's
and
got a whole
he's
bunch, and
quick to
he's
be like,
got
if
what
you
is he?
don't believe me,
He's
I'll
got
just
like 10 Bigfoots. We got a guy that's got one with all the DNA tests. This guy's got 10. You won't let anybody look at it. Look how crazy looking this one is. Now this does kind of, our buddy Ian asked me the other day, do you think Bigfoot is like the giants they talk about in the Bible? This would be something that I would be like, maybe that's some big giant
So
creature.
I saw something the other day about they were talking about how the natives maybe even used to trade with these species. Like they
Yeah,
used to have their own
like they could actually speak and they were able to
yeah,
trade. I mean, that's interesting, and I do like that because Indian lore goes back. They really don't change it much.
no.
It's all
Yeah.
spoken, passed down generation to generation, which I guess you could do that whole like whisper in your ear thing and it changes
And it
over time,
changes,
but
yeah.
they're pretty good at preserving their spoken word. Um,
It's because it's what they got,
and
right?
I
So
did read that article, and that was pretty interesting. Um, this would be part of that 20-footer, I would assume. And he does a good job. Like I said, the cross section, it's too clean. I mean, this he says his dad brought this all home in 1953. Think they cut it that clean, through the bone, that clean,
There's
through
no way.
all that meat. That almost looks like laser cut.
It's laser cut and or you
Like
built
you,
it.
you put it down in a chop saw for that.
Yeah.
No, no.
No, no, you set it on a flat table and then you built around
Now
it.
the lower one where it's cut all weird. I mean, that's kind
That
of
one,
cool. That one looks cool, and it's smaller, like a Bigfoot that I would think would be
but
more
just
of the
to
sides.
flop it off straight, dude. Like,
But yeah, these big ones just so perfectly cut. Look at that. You can like he does a
he's
good job. You can see the bone marrow. He's obviously using real bones,
he's
real
trying,
parts.
yeah,
But
doing the best you can to have that anatomy to it. But
we have so many different Bigfoots from this guy, and almost all of them the fur looks the same. Like that looks like the same fur from the one on the right to the one on the left. Completely different looks of them.
yeah, like that far one on the left there, that one, yeah, it almost looks like it's like mulch, right? Like that shredded mulch, like where to get that you get that consistency of the hair out of
Now, if
it.
I saw a footprint, this is more of the size that I would expect from what we consider
Mhm.
Bigfoot. These are the about the size of prints that you would see somebody possibly
I
gather.
agree.
Uh,
7 to 9 foot, right? You could
right.
probably have, I mean, in our standards, it's a 15 inch or 15 size shoe or bigger.
Now, this is the one. This now he claims that we're iron rich beings, and these are copper rich. Like he's done enough, he's creative with it at least.
He's,
This is the one. If he was going to dissect or do an autopsy on, this is the one that I want to see him cut up because this one looks more like
it's
a
proper, a
werewolf version of Harry and the Hendersons. Like more,
little more raggedy.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, more hair on the face than I
Where
would
we actually
expect.
see the teeth in it, and maybe the facial structure might be a little bit more proportionate, but
Look, OG 53 local writer we know in
can
here
we?
commenting. Can I recycle him? He's in there trolling. He must see me in there trolling all the time too. But this guy, Snake, I feel is more legit
Yeah,
than this guy. Even if they're both fake, I'm following Snake a little harder
because
than this
this
guy.
this dude just builds them, right? He's just out to build them.
Well, I
Whereas,
also saw like what was he had a video or a clip in here where it's like him in his kitchen and it looks like a taxidermy. He banned me
he
already. He's
banned it. He's
watching
already figured it out. Yeah,
like this. Like he's in his kitchen. He's got all these parts. He's already got all these weird decorations.
but here's my thing with that one too. Right, if he's a dog trainer
Like this. This one for look. He's got all these bones. It looks like he makes this kind of art all the time.
all the
And
time,
the more I see stuff like this, especially when he's talking about this alien, he's like, "Oh, it wrinkled up into like noodles."
well, then when it's on the front of the mower, it looks like it's glued to the front of the
He
mowing line. Like
claims,
you
I don't know
can,
if it's in this video, we can listen to the audio, but he claims this thing is still alive. It's just all salt dried out and preserved.
it's like in
That it,
hibernation
yeah,
almost.
yeah, exactly. That's what he's saying. Basically, when we submerge him in water, he could probably come back. And I'm like, well, that would convince me.
Dude, if
If
you
you soaked
drop,
him in water and this thing started moving around and walking or sitting up, I'd be like, all right.
all right,
He's not an animatronic expert.
right, yeah, none of his stuff has any sort of
But just seeing this with the skull little astronaut, the lights made out of
rib
ribs and
cages.
backbones and spines, it's like you can clearly tell it looks like he has done taxidermy. Like this makes me feel like he is building them.
Yes, yeah, fully. Right, or maybe he's making like movie props for some stuff, or
Like look at
like
this
that.
hand. Look at this
That's
hand. He's like, which one's real? Neither one, motherfucker. Like,
fun. And to me, that's not even proportionate enough to be compared to the foot
right.
that he has that's that size.
And I mean, we could watch the video of him cutting that one head up, but I'm like, this guy, man, he's a little out there.
Well, my thing is, right, here's where I'm kind of like, dude, I'm not buying this, right? You're a dog trainer, but then you see the two bones, like the tibia and the fibia on the top of the calf that he has. They just look like the bones that you toss for your dog.
Right,
Right, those
right.
little not rawhide ones, but the little bone
And
sections or
if he's a
whatever.
taxidermist, he'd have all the extra scraps from a big enough animal to make something like
Make
this.
something work for it. Yeah.
Yeah, This guy, man. At first, I wanted to be behind him, but then the more he talks and the more he puts videos out, I'm like, all right, guy,
It's
you're
kooky.
you're a little bit much. And he's real rude in the comments. People are like, how come we can't have anybody testing? He's had people volunteer to come out testing. He's like, you show up on my property, I'll shoot
Yeah.
you. Well, nobody's taking a look, and
If
it's
you
like,
do this comment, I'm blocking you instantly. There's like, there's no rhyme or reason for him to be like as rude as he is about shit, right? Where he could just be like, yeah, man, like come in, test it. If you think it's that real, come in and test it.
but he won't. He
But he
won't.
won't.
Yeah, I'm like, and he's like, of course I've done the testing. Of course I've done the testing. It's like, but have you?
Rhyme or reason for it.
Because you know, I don't see anybody over here.
Why would he come in
I don't
about?
see you showing anything. Snake's all out front with it.
And there's no paranoia to it, right? Like the alien, like he's like the government's not after me. Like where I feel like if you actually had like a little live salted alien like he's got, like there would be some paranoia behind it.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I'm real super skeptic on this guy. However, guys, as you might have seen in the thumbnail, there has been a recent sighting here in Colorado. That's where we're based out of. We're in northern Colorado. This is a little bit out of the way for us, but hey, we want to go check it out. This is the bfro.net website. This is the Bigfoot Research
Organization.
organization, and they go through and heavily document every sighting. As you can see here, they have the transcripts of everything, location, latitude, longitude, where the prints were seen the next day, where they cast them, where off on the highway. They have it all mapped out in here for you guys. So if you really wanted to go camp out here and try to look, which is what we want to do soon, we've kind of got an area to pick from here.
Well, and if you just like if you go even go to their state selection, right? It's got all of the pinpoints you
It does.
see from
It shows you all over the United States and Canada where Bigfoot sightings have been. And then they go through and interview and heavily document everything. So that's why I really like this website, guys, because they're doing it like that. Let's actually take a look at this one here from Colorado. We're going to watch the YouTube video. We haven't seen this yet. And then we're going to look at that footprint that they have below. Get in the comments, guys. Let us know. Is Bigfoot real? Do you guys believe in that stuff? What do you guys think about Dak and his specimen, the first one? What do you think about Peter, the canine dog trainer guy with his taxidermy looking stuff? Let us know. Have you guys looked into that? Any sightings near you guys? All right, we're going to jump right into the video. $11,500. It's up there.
That's pretty good elevation there.
11,000 feet. Bigfoot's got cardio.
Well, it's probably acclimated, right? It's got to be acclimated to its surroundings.
Seems legit. I'd look out for deer too.
Yeah, or moose or
Elk, anything like that. Bear. Of the tree line. That seems about most common.
yeah, they kind of. I would imagine they probably kind of follow it, right, until they have to cross out of it.
So you don't usually hear people say he's got long hair either.
Right, you always hear it's kind of like people say it's matty and kind of grungy, which would make sense, right? But
I mean, Bigfoot just got a blowout. He's like, I got to show this
I got a
off.
shot. And that's not windy it is, right? It would blow that long arm hair.
It'd be hard to really eyeball how big he is from that far away without knowing how tall something else was.
Right.
So I've been guessing 68 or whatever. It could be even taller.
It could very well be taller.
Somebody come get their aunt.
Come get there, Aunt. Yeah.
Hey,
Look,
maybe that's why he was booking it. Storms blowing in.
storm's blowing in. Look how dense that wood is, though,
Yeah.
too. Blow that, you know.
So he was on the other side of the highway from the lake. He's not going to the lake if he's got straight hair.
If he's got straight
Yeah.
hair. See either that or he just got out of the lake, right? Or boogieing back to the house, to his cave, or whatever it is.
I don't comb my hair, it gets matted up.
Shit. Cut all mine off. So I ain't got to worry about that anymore. A little less watching now.
But you're right. Look how dense that area is.
Dense. And I would assume this big clearing, this clear cut that they have is probably some sort of forest,
Probably clear
forestry clearing,
for the roads.
or
Yeah.
even like a fire maybe came through there a few years ago, which would make sense because a lot of that looks burnt.
Right. Like the standing brush
Yeah,
trees.
but then also, wow, right now under these trees, we found that it could be beetle kill too.
I'd like to see him measure the hunting knife.
Right. So it's like, here's a knife. That's not a knife. Like one of those measurements. This is a knife.
Right. Now, interesting. I mean, that's typically what I hear when people talk about Bigfoot or a sighting. Very similar, near the brushes, pops out for a second, pops back in.
And it's got to be shocking,
Right.
right? Just like she's saying, where
She
she's
thought it was
like,
somebody in a
what
ghillie
the
suit at
fuck?
first. Like, why is there a dude in a ghillie suit, basically? And then you go, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hold on.
That thing's
Yeah.
way too big, moving way too different. And here's the footprint next to his pocket knife. Now,
Dude, that
I
looks,
don't know how big that pocket knife
I
is.
would say that's probably a standard pocket knife, right? Let's say,
Did he call it a pocket knife or a hunting knife?
I didn't hear what he said.
Flip, folded up like that. What do you think? 6 inches?
Like that, I would say, yeah,
8 inches?
5 to 6
Six?
maybe. And then if the blade's out, right, you're probably looking closer to,
What does this look like? The heel right here? So, I mean, that's not
yeah.
really a
And
giant foot. It is a barefoot.
so here's my thought on it as well is, since she said it was 6 to 8 feet, maybe it's more of a juvenile, right? It could be like a younger.
And that's what Dak claims on his. His is juvenile because he claims that he finds bigger footprints right next to where that dead one was. So he thinks that maybe mating season or
A territory, yeah.
territorial or even
Yeah.
try to, to take on the leader at a young age, bucking up, hitting puberty,
Hitting
and then
puberty,
got
yeah.
killed by a bigger one.
Gonna earn his stripes.
And that one he's got is 8 foot long, 300 pounds. That's a big
Which
animal.
is crazy because I mean you think about it, right? I'm 6'4" at 265. And that
Right.
thing is gonna
You would think it
dwarf
would,
me.
yeah, you would think, yeah, being a couple feet taller would be even, but he also said it was dead and decaying for
Yeah.
several days.
So is that
So
thing
did it
really
lose a lot of water
four or
weight
500
drying out?
pounds?
Yeah, could it? Yeah, exactly.
And
Because I'm like, man, Thor, the mountain from Game of Thrones, that dude is like
that
almost 7 foot,
that dude
450
stands at
pounds.
6'8". I think I just saw the other day at 455 or 460,
I mean,
which is
he's big. That's a Bigfoot.
that's a yeah.
I
Right.
mean,
I would imagine these.
now I did look at this picture briefly, but I didn't pay attention to the pocket knife or how big it was. That it, it's a
Yeah,
much
can
smaller footprint than I was expecting. I mean, you could probably put a footprint about that size.
yeah, that's why I'm kind of going with the whole juvenile thing, right? Or maybe like an adolescent of sorts, just because it's To me, that pocket knife looks like, yeah, 4 or 5 inches laid out. It's probably pushing 8 because that blade's
Yeah, if you had
probably
the blade out and it was still much bigger, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's definitely a big foot.
definitely, yeah.
But yeah, if this is really the heel cup right here
But and then
at the bottom
the toe
side,
prints, right? They don't look like they look like they're kind of sporadic, like maybe two smaller ones and a bigger one,
right?
and
So
they're kind
maybe you
of
think that's the big toe?
somewhere in there.
It's only
Yeah,
got three toes,
yeah, or four,
four.
maybe, kind of right there where that mouse was just at, like kind of almost like a offset appendage, maybe.
I don't know. Does it tip up like that? Is that
I don't know. Can
three? Is
we
that four? Or is it right here? And it's in the mud. It could have been sliding a little bit, like
push in? Yeah,
so it was gliding. Maybe it was squishy ground,
yeah, or maybe you
fresh
step
rain.
on
It
it
does look
and
wet.
fresh rain, right? That would kind of hide some of that uh pattern.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't been to this website, the BFRO, the research organization, this is an awesome website. Um, this is the state guide right here on the border right here is what he's seen. So if you see a state listed here, that means somebody has
That
reported
means a
one or
sighting.
more sighting, and then they have it documented just as well as this one is.
Yeah. So these guys here, Matt Moneymaker, that runs this BFRO, they have a TV show.
Right, and I think it says it on here that he did this one.
Matt Moneymaker, MM Notes. Yeah, that's what I would say. As I would say that's
I
him.
thought I saw his actual name on here the other day, but
Well, and I think if you scroll all the way down to the bottom,
maybe that's
and
what I
then
saw.
like there's like a picture of him
Yeah,
right
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah. So
yeah, Matthew
they've got
Moneymaker.
a TV show called Finding Bigfoot, and it's Matt Moneymaker, Bobo. I think the other guy his name is Matt, and then there's Renee, and Renee's like your local skeptic, and they all have their backgrounds and all of their education. But Renee's always like, no, this isn't a foot here. This could be, a print from a bear, or she's always trying to out to disprove it. Very rarely has she been like, yeah, nope, I don't have an answer for.
Now, somebody that I hold with high credibility is Les Stroud, the Survivor
Yes.
Man, and he's done a 10-part series on Bigfoot because he's been out all over, camped all over, and survived, and he's been spooked. He's got his own experiences, so he was on the search for it, and I believe he's gonna start a new series. Here's a Kickstarter, guys. If anybody is watching this, go to the Kickstarter, take a look at this video, donate to it, um, and hopefully we get some more series out of Les Stroud. But watch the trailer, see what they're talking about here.
This was scary. But I love his intro every time. It's great.
10-part documentary series on the subject of Bigfoot.
And you haven't seen this yet. You haven't? I have. I watched it the other day because I was like, oh shit, we're on, dude.
The music makes it so
Dude,
more
it's so good.
dramatic, right? All the
Yeah.
foreshadowing. So longer hair,
Yeah.
straight long hair too.
Straight long hair. And is it a seasonal thing, right? Winter rolls in, they grow like a little thicker.
Right, like a dog's coat.
Yeah.
I mean, here in Colorado, he's got to,
Got it.
especially at 12,000
12,000
feet.
feet. You're talking cold weather up there.
Very good
They're
questions,
good
Les.
questions. Yeah,
Great question.
absolutely.
Bigfoot is a blurry monster.
It is all the time, even with our best.
I mean, a lot of people think they're interdimensional. They're part of a like an observation crew for the
Hmm.
gray aliens. There's a lot of theories out there.
There's a lot of theories.
Now, if you don't believe in aliens, how can you believe in Bigfoot if that's the truth?
That's the truth. Right. But then I saw something too the other day where they were talking about Bigfoot bury their dead, right? Which is why we would have no physical evidence as far as bones or anything
And
like
why we
that
keep
goes.
thinking we're finding giant bones, and maybe the Smithsonian's been hiding giant bones. It's really just
It's
Bigfoot
just Bigfoot.
carcasses.
Yeah.
It could be.
Which either way, I'm down for the Nephilim or Bigfoot.
Well, I definitely hold Stroud at high credibility, so I'm stoked if he comes out with this series. I'll definitely tune in. Maybe we'll actually come back in here and we'll do reactions to the series as he's putting it out.
Well, we could even do some of the old series that he
We
has
could, we
off
could
of that he
definitely
has
do that.
out. Kind of catch up, get everything up to speed. Even
Now we got this guy, Jeffrey Meldrum. Um, tell us more about this guy.
basically, he's just an anthropologist, right? And has been into. He's like the leading researcher guy of the castings that they people bring into him. He gets shit sent to him from everywhere, and Matt Moneymaker actually relies really heavily on him on disproving how the casts are made, the depths of the cast. I mean, yeah, he really goes into a bunch of it, and I think even on that last Stroud video that we just watched, there was a casting that he probably was scanning, so he'll probably make an appearance in that new series.
Well, Meldrum attracted media attention due to his interest in Bigfoot. He believed that Bigfoot exists, and his research on the topic has been criticized as some of the most pseudoscience out there, or pseudoscientific. Meldrum's authority. So he's got lots of books out. He's got more books out than Snake.
Then Snake does,
All
yeah.
right. But Snake's getting the attention because, he went all, Tiger King on it,
Blasted the media with it.
Yeah. This is interesting. So this guy is the leading scientist in Bigfoot, you would say, or at least in the prints.
Well, and it depends on where you're at, right? I mean, here in the US, it's Bigfoot. You go over to Nepal and Tibet, it's Yeti. Australia, it's the Yowie.
Florida, it's skunk
Skunk
apes.
ape, yeah.
Different names, similar creatures.
Similar creatures.
Now, how come Peter doesn't have a white Yeti chopped up?
Yeah, no shit.
Right? He's got like 10 Bigfoots.
Shouldn't be too hard to come up with some white shag carpet to create a white Bigfoot.
Hopefully, this guy is working with that Les Stroud, and maybe they'll put him in this documentary, give it a little bit more
Yeah,
depth.
dude, I think we should really go back and watch some of the other Les Stroud Bigfoot series.
Is it on YouTube?
That's on YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Les Stroud. That's just his channel is Les Stroud, and it's got everything on there.
I'll search the page for that. I don't want to watch Lanterns either.
He's a musician too. I always forget about that. But then you can go to playlists.
Yeah, I just saw best moments. How long is this? We're not going to watch an hour-long video, guys. Oh, these are all like
Well,
an hour long.
yeah, they're all hour long because they're all the series. It's all full series. But I
Yeah.
mean everything like Texas, Utah, Portland, Alberta. I mean, because he's originally from Canada.
All right. Well, we're not going to watch a whole one today, but we'll click on one and take a look at it, see what he's saying. We're going to turn off the volume on the ad, guys. I don't care about video games.
7 to
Oh,
10
for
days.
sure. Look how thick this vegetation
Yeah,
is. There could be a bear or Bigfoot just right in here, and you wouldn't even
you
know.
never see it. And then somebody would take a blurry picture and be like, "Yo, it's Bigfoot right here."
Yeah, it's just like when I'm trying to take a picture of my dog, and every time I take it, he moves and
He's
it's blurry. I'm
moving.
like, Louie's not a blurry
Yeah,
dog, but he doesn't sit still. Same thing.
he ain't
You
having it.
see something and you pull something up real quick to take the picture, and you like moves or takes off, it's gonna look blurry.
Yeah, or dip down or however it's gonna play out, you know.
However, cameras have gotten so good. I'm like, we should be able to get some
The
more
clear
clear.
one.
And then, I have seen more and more stuff come up, and the more and more stuff that I have seen come up looks more apish.
Apish,
You
yeah.
know,
I mean, even like, didn't you send me the one of that game camera where the one was walking through
right?
and he's real tall, but it almost looks too human-esque, right? Like I don't
The
see
walk was, but the body structure looked like more gorilla,
more
wide,
gorilla. Yeah,
wide shoulders, broad shoulders, but still walk human. More,
so it
more,
was
more of a human
too.
structure. The arms were like just how we
It
would
was
sway
too.
them.
To me, it's too fluid. I almost feel like Bigfoots are going to be a little bit more. I don't know how do I want to say it's clunky, right? With a more like bounce or kind of like a
Right,
bigger
because
stride. So it's more.
like a heavy walking,
Yeah.
exactly, like
Whereas
heavy
humans, you can
footed.
just kind of you can float through shit almost.
I mean, he's interdimensional. He can pop in and
Yeah,
out whenever he
he can
wants.
drop where he wants. Yeah,
I mean, this
it's being thrown.
right now, I always hear people saying that stuff at night. Is you think
Yeah,
they're more nocturnal? We're only catching a couple in the day, like a raccoon. You'd catch a raccoon in the day every once in a
once in a
while,
while. Yeah.
but usually they're out at night rummaging, or you think that's the same? Or do you think they are more of a daytime thing and they're hidden at night? They just go into their
I don't know.
caves.
Maybe it's a location thing, right? Where maybe
Because
there's
he's definitely out in the day, right here
yeah,
in this. But I feel like his
but you would
stories
still
come from
see
him camping in the dark, and he's hearing the noise and like you said, them clacking rocks against trees and
absolutely,
stuff. And it's
yeah,
like, well, are they nocturnal? Like, are we going to go out during the day and then rest and then go back out at night? Like, I'm sure he's going to do a little bit of
right. Are we
both.
going to be able to do like if you go out at night, right? We do a few calls, don't get anything the first night, hang out the day, and then the second day maybe some activity will pick up as well. But yeah, like you said, dude, I
And
think
it does. I can't really tell because of how heavy the vegetation is, but kind of looks like dusk.
it's heavy. I
Like he's
mean,
out there. Like, hey, this is would be about dinner time from a lot of
yeah, mid
animals.
afternoon, dinner time, early
Or
evening, even.
right? Or do you think morning would be best?
I don't know.
It's like, is there a window, and are we going to miss that window?
Right,
You
like
know what I mean?
there's gotta it's
And same thing with this. Like he's in the daytime, but is he missing that window? Is that how come he's not really catching on to it, finding something? Maybe he is finding prints. Maybe he is finding
yeah,
broken branches, but he's just missing that
that
window.
one window, right? Because he might be sleeping in these the Bigfoots or however many there are, right? There might be a pack of them, might be a single one, but they could just be cruising through while he's down, right? They
Like
already
10
know.
feet away, just kind of watching him, walking, and what's going on over here.
Yeah,
Keep
because
going.
how could they not be watching him in the forest like that?
And it would make sense that well, this is so secluded that they could be wandering around in the day in the thick
And he would be
vegetation.
out of place
Right.
in there, right?
But
Like
they
you're,
could be nocturnal because, hey, it's a lot harder to see me in the dark, and I can travel a little bit more freely, even on the outside the line of the tree ridge,
yeah.
and they're like, hey, I can walk out here more at
And
night.
most people, if you don't believe in Bigfoot, right, you're just gonna tally it up to a moose crashing through the woods or some other creature or animal.
However, I'm like, how many nocturnal animals that we have that would make that loud of
That big a
noise?
noise. No,
Right.
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm interested. We should do a couple of these reactions coming up and do more of these. Um, because I do like the Survivor band. I think he's on to something. But like I said, I think maybe a lot of people that go looking for him, even Snake. He's only found the one dead one.
That's
I think it's literally, are we just missing the window? Like
yeah, yeah, like you're saying, right? There's got to be a travel time.
they've got to eat unless they're smart enough to gather, hunt and gather. Which I do see them. I did see the one video. It looked like a Bigfoot was dragging a deer up a mountainside. I'm
Yeah,
like, that's probably enough to hold him for a few days. You just
few
stay hold
days.
up in the
Yeah,
cave or in his area, and but I figured
tree it.
there's got to be a hunting hour. There's got to
Yeah,
be a dinner type window that you could try to catch them being a little bit
maybe
more
catch a
active.
little bit more
How are they going to
activity.
go out in the middle of the night and bag a deer? How
Right.
many times have you been out and seen a deer in the middle of the night
Not
just running
that's
around?
yeah.
Like,
I mean, deer aren't nocturnal
right.
unless something spooks them, obviously, and then you're gonna
Now
have
they
to be
could,
heard.
and it would even make foraging hard.
It would.
How am I, unless they've got just great night vision,
That's
which
all
is
also
possible,
a
I don't
possibility.
know what they are, but
That or they just know their territory that well, right? Where they're capable of just walking away from wherever they're stationed at or posted up at or wherever, have their home.
right? Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, it's a good point, right? There's got to be a window.
It's like, yeah, when we go out there and we do this, that's something that I'm taking into consideration. Like I'm watching all these videos. I'm trying to pay attention. When did Dak find his? You know what I mean? Like what time of
Yeah.
day did you find that? What time of day are
So
you looking?
the thing with the Finding Bigfoot TV series, they go out and they do night hunting, but they always do it with like they take like
Thermals and stuff.
thermals, yeah, but they also take like a different technique out every time. Like one, they'll do crazy shit where they're like, "Oh, we took a loudspeaker out with prey sounds on it, and see if
Trying
it'll
to see if they
see
lure
if you can
something.
lure something in." Or there's stories like Bobo does some extravagant style like test, but big, he's like a legit guy in this. But he'll be like, "Oh no, we're having a rave tonight by the party because maybe the Bigfoots want to have a party, right?" So it's like the lights and all the other shit that come along. Uh, yeah, they do all kinds of shit.
Now, I believe this
But
lady,
this, she said 3:41.
3:41 in the afternoon. So I'm like, that's
Out overcast and storms in the area, right? So it had to maybe, like you said, be on the move, getting ready to hide out from the storm.
very, very good possibility. But this one, middle of
Oh,
the
right there.
day,
My four and a
it's
half inch knife. You
four,
said how big his knife is.
oh, 4.5
So four
inches.
and a half inch.
So that footprint really wasn't that big. That's almost a normal size
So
footprint.
the juvenile statement would
And I have heard, like Dak said, his is a juvenile, they believe, and it's 8 feet tall. So it being 7 to 9 feet tall, juvenile, it could be right.
it's pretty yeah, probably pretty
I mean, that
relatively spot
footprint
on.
was closer to somebody closer to 7 foot tall
Yeah. The
than,
width of it though is kind of maybe more bearish.
well, it didn't have the bears have a distinct, like rounded,
But they also have that like a pretty round heel as
right,
well.
but there wasn't anything that
Uh,
resembled claws in the
pull up a
footprint.
can you pull up a bear paw print and see what maybe we'll see if we can see
You can. That's what a bear would look like. Way wide
yeah,
compared
but I mean even with the way like the heel is kind of pointed like it is. Right, that's just kind of what I was basing that.
compared to like a hand size. So that was still it's a little too wide. Even if the castings have some kind of claw print. All right, let's go back and look at this one.
See, that one looks like that broad heel like they were showing in that the one like sketch
So
of
this
it.
could be the toes and this could be the claws possibly.
That's a possibility.
Because
But
that
still for her to be like it
kind of looks like condition and look like almost like a claw. Almost.
almost, yeah.
And it's still looks it doesn't look wide enough to me to be a bear print. Again, I'm not out in the woods looking at bear prints all the time. Just got these Google search ones. I mean, that's a little longer.
Yeah, and it's got the width
It's a
to
little
it,
bit more,
maybe,
a
and
little bit
the
more
heel's a
distinct.
little bit more round on it as well.
It's also got four prints. I don't see the fifth one there, even though they do show five toes. See, that's really wide though.
That's why, especially on that front half of it.
See, even these ones, you can still, it's in snow, but you can see the claws on most of these. I think that's a big print.
That's a big print, but I mean that's a giant bear.
Claws. I didn't see it as distinct on the Bigfoot one.
Like
Now
go,
this is a little
yeah.
closer.
I mean, even if you went up, if you go back and then go up, just maybe a picture or two. There's like right there the identifying polar bears by there, but see like that big heel. That one.
Right. Got some polar bears over here in Colorado.
Right? No,
We
I
got
was
we
just
got the
saying
little
is
black bears, and the black bear is fairly short. They're usually about five,
they are,
six to
then they're
six
not
foot.
they're
They're
not
not
very big.
quite as tall as what they're describing.
And I
We
think
don't we don't have brown bears, do we?
no.
Yeah. There's a couple that look close, and some of the drawings look close.
Yeah, and I
That
mean
drawing look more like what that Bigfoot print looked like.
and that's just kind of what I was thinking of, right? Off more of
This one right here.
that heel.
That's kind of got that's closer.
And those do look like toes, and you only see the two claws on those two front left ones right there.
Right, and I don't know how packed in this really is. Obviously, not packed in enough to not leave a print, but again, I feel like these look like toe pads, and then that could be claws possibly tossing that up. Could also be just them sliding in the
Yeah, it might be on a little bit of a slope, maybe,
slushy foot.
because it does almost look right there on that, like on the right of that, where that toe's at, almost looks like maybe like an undercut, kind of where like you're saying, where it slid forward.
Right, and that could be what I'm seeing. Like, boom, slid forward, big toe, and then the other toes
Yeah,
across. But again, 4.5 inches. It's about a 9 inch footprint.
yeah, I'd say that's probably about right, because that blade's probably 3 inches, three and a half, maybe even four.
If he says this is 4.5,
Yeah,
you double it, and about 9, 10 inches in a footprint, less than a foot.
less than a foot.
So I don't know. I did see them cast it though.
Oh, did they? I
Yeah, and
haven't
I
seen
didn't
that
see that.
yet.
I didn't see it in here, but I saw something else when I was looking for it, and they did cast it, and it did look more like a footprint when it was casted.
Once it was casted.
I'm surprised I don't have that on here.
What other recent sightings do they have in like Colorado
This is the only Colorado
all year?
all year, and that could be because a lot of that area that they're in's been on fire.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
stay away from the burning stuff. And why you're seeing a lot more of the
which is
like these
good for
states
Colorado.
right here is because that's them staying away. Canada's on fire.
Yeah, because I would imagine they've
We're
got
on
to probably
fire.
be able to cover a good amount of ground as far as when they start moving, right?
I'm
Because
stoked
you're
that they give
talking
us like such the good location to go out there and look around though.
like a moose can cover up, I think, to 30 plus miles in a day or something ridiculous like that. So I don't see why a Bigfoot with the stride they have be able to cover a substantial amount of land.
And the ground had to be pretty packed to only even find the one print. They said they did find a second footprint too the next day, so they went back and looked.
It'd be nice to see that second print though
I
too.
thought they had it on here both originally. I think the second one's the one they casted. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up there, guys. What's quick recap? Snake. He's the Tiger King of Bigfoot. Uh,
Has the DNA proof
yeah,
that
he has the most legit specimen right now. DNA proof. He had the tribes in the New York area come
and
and
he's
verify.
name dropping large uh companies
Yeah,
like
like
Cornell.
dropping Cornell,
Like,
and then just going on a press run with it. Which I mean, if you really did find Bigfoot or a dead Bigfoot and you
fuck yeah.
had all that, why not do the
Why
press
not?
run? I mean, money to be made. Obviously, even if it's fake, he's making money
He's
off
got to
this,
be making a good chunk, right? They're going to make a documentary in the next 6 months, probably.
right? And then we got again Peter, the weirdo canine guy, dancing naked with aliens and being a
Whatever.
weirdo. Again, I think this is all fake taxidermy. Like again, look at this leg, guys. Like
See those
does a good
stock
job.
bones.
He got real bones.
Stock bones, dude. I'm telling you.
Now this one
What are the other?
says he put this in the oven. He's saying it sets hard. This looks hard. Doesn't look like soft.
It doesn't. It
Like
looks like it's
it,
super molded, like
yeah.
where
Even the
it meets, like the ankle almost meets the foot,
it
not
looks
the
like it's
foot.
made out of clay.
Yeah.
Like even the fur on this
What
one.
do the other slides have for it?
Him just being a
Just being,
retard.
yeah, that sounds about right.
He's like in his videos, and again, he's in here being such bullshit. Like, I don't know what he's even trying to be serious with. He's like, of course I've tried Bigfoot.
It's either that or just like just the rage bait behind it, because there's so many people on the internet that are willing to rage bait. I mean, you and I are
I'm
sitting
like,
here like, dude, this guy
I'm like,
sucks.
I'm like, come on, Bigfoot's a blurry monster, but you couldn't have taken a good crisp picture in your kitchen,
In your
bro. Like,
kitchen,
it's still blurry.
you
Like,
got to make it blurry so you can hide all the
took that with
imperfections of
this
the
potato
clay.
phone.
Like that's clear looking,
That's
but
the clearest one we've seen. Can I zoom in on it? Oops, fuck that up.
whoops, dude, I can't
Let's
buy
see.
it. I just that he is too much. Those are
Those are
dog
real.
bones.
Those look like real bones, like you said, like
I'm telling.
cow femurs.
Yeah, I'm telling you, those are dog bones that you ran down to your local grocery store and picked them up for your dog. Petco carries those. See, and then his stupid little caption that he has: "Braised Bigfoot. The aroma is to die for."
Right. And again, he tried to cover up, being like, "It's all satire." But the Bigfoot's real. It's like, bro, you can't get in here and be 50-50,
Double
bro.
down and yeah. Is it satire? Because everything else you do is
Because I'm like, look at this. I don't even want to hear him talk, but this thing would be 30
30
feet
foot
tall. And I'm like, he did say like 25. Biblical reference to
biblical.
Bigfoot, Nephilim. So he is trying to say that that's what they're talking about in the Bible. So I'm not going to listen to him rant on it, but
Well, but even then, the Nephilim, I don't think they were a hairy race like the Bigfoot are.
I mean, you never know because
But you never know.
there was Cyclops. They definitely talk about Cyclops.
Well, yeah,
Like
but I mean, that's I don't know, man.
what was? Yeah, none of these are Cyclops. Obviously,
No, they just look like goofy clay animation characters.
you said movie props almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't take this guy serious, but you can definitely, if you want to take something serious, this Bigfoot research organization, this and highly documented. This is pretty reliable if you want to go and look at it. And like I said, look how heavily documented it is, where it was, where they saw it, which ridge
It is.
lines, how far back. So if you wanted
Uh,
to go camping, you wanted to do the Les Stroud thing, you can do it. And we're definitely going to do it. We're just waiting for it to cool down a little bit. It's been hot here, guys.
click on the state of Colorado and show them all the pinpoints. So you can actually see, like, I think if you just click, go up a little bit, Mike, right there where it says state, I think if you just, yeah,
This is loading real slow, guys. We'll see
hopefully
if
it'll
we get it.
load and it'll give you, and there's different classifications too,
This is a class A.
which would, to me, would be the visual sighting
Right.
and actually being able to
And it,
describe
and it
some
being
sort of,
daylight.
yeah, because then you're able to kind of describe like the long hair and all that she was talking about, which was,
And she could have been just staring off into the what, when I'm a passenger, I do that.
yeah, it's all right.
Just gaze out there and check it, take in the scenery. Oh, come
But I don't
on,
know, even
Bigfoot.
being a driver, dude, because I'm usually not one to be a passenger princess. I will much rather be behind the wheel, but I'm still watching everything on that's going on around me and shit.
Yeah, but you still don't get to stare off in the side as like the passenger does.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that's why when she said, told her husband to stop and bust a Yui, makes sense. She was the one staring off. Like when we were on our way to Pagosa last time for that bike riding trip, I was able to stay out there and I was able to get a couple moose, like,
Yeah.
hey guys, look, moose. And driver wasn't able to stare off there and look for him while
So
he's
like
driving.
that. Yeah.
Sorry guys, I tried to get it to load, but this website has been loading real slow for us all evening.
All evening.
We'll open it in a new
See if
tab.
it'll.
But yeah, you can definitely click on the states. If you go to their main homepage, they'll have more info. You can even click on the map
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, the Finding Bigfoot TV show with Matt Moneymaker is
made by these guys. So,
basically made by these guys. Yeah, and it's pretty good. And it's a lot of the interviews, and they just travel everywhere. And like I said, they try and do different stuff to maybe reel them in a little bit. And
and while that's loading up again, the question of Bigfoot, that is Les Stroud's new series, guys. If you're interested, go pledge some money to that. So they've got already 322,000 American dollars there. So that's this looks like it's gonna happen. Unless they're just like he only wanted 30K, he got 10 times
Yeah,
that.
the one I saw when before this was like 18 minutes long on YouTube, and it was like him sitting in the woods, and he's like, "I'm getting ready to do this," and then he drops this clip, and then it fast forwards a few days, and he's like, "Look, here's what's going on," and kind of explains whatever's going on in this Kickstarter here. But it sounds like it's in the woodworks. He's already been in the woods filming for this shit. So
Oh, it looks like he's already got two out here that you can already download. He's got digitals of these two.
digital
Pledge
copies,
$20 and you can watch these two documentaries. I might have to pledge 20 Canadian dollars. It's probably only like 10, 15
15
American
US or
dollars.
something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, whatever
I'll probably buy that and we'll take a look at those next
whatever
time.
the conversion is.
Well, guys, if you're interested in more Bigfoot, get in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know about some any sightings near you that we need to look into. If you hear of anything besides what we can find in Colorado, let us know. We'll go check those out in person. We're all about squatching, so I just want to get a little bit more portable equipment. That way, we can do some kind of filming, some kind of live stream or recording while we're out there in the woods trying to do our thing. So,
Yeah, and
uh,
actually get our foot on the ground and start, seeing it for ourselves.
exactly. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this one up, but we'll be back again. We're gonna go over the Les Stroud's original Bigfoot series. But then we'll lead right into these new documentaries that he's got. I'll go ahead and buy them, and then you guys stay tuned. Get in the reactions. Let us know if it's all fake. Let us know if is he part of the aliens, the Greys? Is they just
Yeah.
observers? The interdimensionals? Are they just blurry? Uh, is the canine guy fake as hell?
He's
Is
just
Dak
out
is Dak
rage
with
baiting.
Snake with all the DNA done by the universities? Do you guys think that's real? I mean, you could go to New York and visit that. They got it at the fair all this month.
Yeah, the BFRO.net. Let's see what you got to say about the website and all that. Even if you're like, oh, dude, I'm going to go check out New Hampshire, right? Like, let's
Look,
hear it.
this Bigfoot's got
It's big
titties. Look,
old jugs.
if I find a
Mama,
Bigfoot, I want it to have big old titties like that.
mama foot, whatever you want to call her.
Big
Yeah, like
goth
Missouri,
Bigfoot.
northern New Jersey, Ohio, which a lot of those make sense, right? Those are heavily wooded areas.
Yeah, and they'll tell you where, just like all the sightings, they all have latitude, longitude. They all have maps, so you can get in there in your area and go squatching. Um, you know, before we got off, my aunt and uncle have a farm in Kentucky, and they have a cave on the property. And they say it's a bear. They see bears scat, and I'm like, "Are you sure you're
Yeah,
just not
but it's
misidentifying
fucking Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?" Because they're like branches 8 foot high up or broken on one of their like pear trees. I'm like, Bigfoot, right?
That's an absolute,
I'm like, what? You got brown bears? You really think he's reaching up 9 feet?
and then pulling down, right?
Yeah, he could try. They can climb trees, but I'm
I
like,
like climbing out on the branch and it's breaking, right? Bears
right.
falling out of the tree. No, it's Bigfoot, dude. I'm
But I like to give them hell and be like, nah, I think you might have a Bigfoot on your
Bigfoot.
property. I told them I'm going to buy their property and then I'm going to start feeding it and
Feeding it.
domesticate it like
Yeah.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh, speaking of which, also, did you see the guy that showed up that apparently had the baby Bigfoot that he raised?
I did see that, and he's got the pictures of it, and it does look more
Picture.
apish.
And if you read the story, it's like he went out to the barn and the mama Bigfoot was standing out there and knew what she wanted, right? There's a whole like tie-in to it to where she knew that her baby was raised properly by this man. But again, it's all weird, blurry pictures. And I think they're relatively old as well.
Why do you keep doing that? We're going to do a quick Google search. We'll look
Yeah.
for it real quick. Hmm. Which one of these?
I don't know. Can you do maybe like an image search? There it
This
is.
guy.
See, that looked AI to me with the way that
I mean, this one's got long
that's
hair,
got long hair. I mean, she
long straight
wasn't.
hair, like just kind of like what she was talking about.
Yeah,
This one's only about 6 feet tall because it's about as tall as this guy. He might be up on a step even, so it could be
yeah,
7. And this would be juvenile because this is the baby and this is 10 years later, is what they're saying.
yeah.
10
What
years old, that
10
tall.
years? Right. What's it say in the Seymour thing up on the right there on the right? Yeah, he raised baby Bigfoot in his home. 10 years later, its furious mother showed up. Sasquatch story. Is there another?
Let's see. Stanley Green was a man with quiet habits and hardwood, having fled frantic energy. Let's see. 100 acres spans. So he's on 100 acres. 95.
In
Let's
northern
see.
Idaho? So I mean, you can tell it's probably pretty wooded.
40 degrees. So I mean, they're hairy enough to maybe handle the cold weather. Let's see. Didn't really talk about the mother coming back.
That one's saying clutching the injured arm. Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be full story
This
in there.
guy's big right here.
That guy's big.
And he's got a clean face. I mean, are they trying to say it's the same? His hair gets shorter. He got a haircut. Shed that stuff in the summer,
Right, and then the guy that's doing it shaved his face and stuff,
right?
lost a little weight maybe, and then they took that bigger picture. I don't know. I'd be curious to see how much further that one goes along, if you can even find any more about it, or if that's just kind of you get what you get and you don't throw a fit over it.
So no real evidence, no factual or scientific evidence that
There you
anybody's
go.
ever raised one. Oh, here it is for decades. The adult mother eventually returns. Folklore. I mean, it's fun to believe in,
It is.
and we're gonna get out there in the real world. We're gonna do like Snake says. We're gonna climb the trees. We got to be up 8, 9 feet, eye levels. We got to be able to see the broken branches.
And they say the proof is in the pudding,
That's right.
right?
So it'll be us two idiots out in the woods with some cameras, hoping we catch something cool. So
Down.
tune in. We'll be back. We're going to do the whole Les Stroud series. We'll go into his new documentaries, and that will lead right into squatching season for us. So again, I'm Mad Mike. This is
Derek.
Derek, and we'll be back for some more Bigfoots. And also, guys, stay tuned because I do have some more spots for some ghost hunting planned out. So if you guys like that ghost hunting, um, got a 150-year-old building here in Colorado that I got permission to go through all the floors and basement. So uh, just waiting on a little bit more equipment to come in. That way we can have a little bit more fun, see if we can communicate with any of those entities. And then we can have more talks in the comments here, guys, about Bigfoot. Again, let us know about Snake. Let us know about everything we covered. Have you guys watched the Bigfoot series with Les Stroud? Have you guys looked into the new documentaries? Did you know he had a new documentary
Yeah,
coming out?
I mean, and the Finding Bigfoot series that they have as
That's right,
well. I
made
mean,
by the Bigfoot Research Organization, Moneymaker Matt, the Moneymaker, whatever you want to call him.
I think that's his real name.
Really,
Yeah, it's Matt Moneymaker is his real name.
that's a cool name. Hopefully, he's making money.
I would hope so, man.
Yeah, so we're hoping to get out. Like most things, like the ghost hunting, we don't actually expect to find a Bigfoot, but hey, if we could find some prints or find something that looks kind of cool, we'll let you guys know, and we'll go check out that area. If we see any more sightings pop up on the research organization website, we'll go and check out those spots too, guys. Get in the comments. See you guys on the next one.